We're back with Module 3, Lesson 1, Creating Your Biz Model. So, just like the whole point of My Biz My Way is you're making it your way. I'm not stuffing you into a box. I'm not stuffing you into a mold. You have to go within and pull out what is right for you. And that's the whole point. You're getting to create your way, okay? You're not copying someone else's. That just leaves you bouncing all over. You won't be consistent. You won't be excited to do the work when you're not making it your own, okay? The two common type of business models out there is blogger, and the old school is where they used to do a lot of ads to generate revenue and everything else. And the new school model is e-learning, teaching, educating. I still really don't like the term blogger though, because the couple of them I follow, I look at them, they're just an online business, plain and simple. So you're probably in a lot of my teachings going forward, as you're in my world more, you're going to notice that I'm not going to start using the word blogger that much. I'll refer to it as an online business. And then the other most common one out there right now is coaching. And then a couple of the other common ones is affiliate marketing. If anybody knows who Pat Flynn is, his core of his business is all around affiliate marketing. Authority sites, freelancing, an agency. The seventh is like a personal brand / influencer. And that would be your people like Tony Robbins, Marie Folio. I'm seeing the name. She wrote the book, The Law of Compensation, and Marianne Williamson, the other one. Daniel Laporte, if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Those are a couple of the personal brand and influencer. Most of them are usually probably start off like as an author or a speaker kind of and end up into that realm. And then of course nonprofit and then local services, the most type of models that have been around forever. In the online world, the two biggest ones would be the blogger and the coaching. And this is an example of one of the ones I do follow, Mira Cawthon, and she is excellent on email marketing and teaching you what to do once you've built that list and how your whole strategy and everything too. And some of the teachings that I'm teaching you are from this, because she's the first I have found who is even remotely strategic versus throwing spaghetti at the wall. The one thing I'm sick of hearing, and you won't ever hear me teach, is just go right. Just go right and start posting on social media. No, I'm sorry. Marketing has been around for ever in the business industry, especially offline. And you can't tell me they just go and tell their people just to go do stuff. No, there's a strategy behind it all. So, yeah, some of the teachings that, like I said, because Mira breaks it down great, and she's very great at explaining the why behind, which feels my learning side of me that I love to learn. So I'm going to challenge your ego, because your ego is going to balk to a point on some of these steps as you dive into creating your business model, because it's going to want to make you copy. Plain and simple. You have to show it, be in your power, and show it who is boss. You are in control of your ego, not the other way around. Okay? And in the worksheet that you can download below, designing your aligned business model, again, the point is to pick what speaks to you. So the first one I have is, just listing the coaches that you follow and admire and adore closely, because chances are there's pieces of their stuff that the way they're doing it that you do like, and that's because they're aligned to you, and they speak to you, which is why you're following them. Now, I will say the caveat to this is Mira does all writing. She does no video trainings. And so one thing I've had to learn about myself in this online journey for the last 6 years I've been on. Sorry for the interruption on my dog barking. So I will say the exception to this is when I follow Mira, I found that I actually, by following her, even though she does more emailing and ebooks where it's all in writing form, it actually made me slow down. Again, I apologize for my dogs. I had somebody show up unexpectedly. Okay, so my one exception is I have followed Mira, and I have found, even though it's not in my normal learning modality, it's actually helped me tremendously because it forced me to slow down. Okay, so I just want to say that. But number 2, for each of those coaches above, I want you to go through and pick out why you love following them. You know, the techniques that they're doing, as far as because they do videos, they do the Facebook Lives, or they do the writing because you prefer writing so you can absorb it better. You know, just pull all that stuff out. It's doing 2 things for you when you do this, okay? 1, it's helping you see, if you don't already know how you learn best, because most likely that is going to be one of the ways that you, in turn, do your business, okay? And then in number 3 down here, for the traits that you've picked out, and I may not have given you enough space here in these lines to do it. You might have to do a separate piece, a paper to write them down. Then down here, I want you to put them in columns. And I want you to do, in the first column is you love it. You love the fact of, like for me, for example, PowerPoints, videos, anything to do with the verbalness, I'm going to do easily because I love it, versus writing where it takes me so long and having it proofed and everything else feels like torture to me. And so the writing for me definitely goes in the I don't love this column. I don't mind writing, but to turn it over as quickly doesn't work for me as video does because I'm a verbal person. So I want you to do that. And why am I having you also do the ones you don't love? Because by eliminating them, you know what doesn't fit for you, and you're going to use that in some of your marketing pieces later on. You'll be accentuating the facts, what you like, and the format it's in, because you're most likely going to attract that same type of person. Okay? You're picking what speaks to you out of these examples when you're looking. It's not about comparison. You'll get into a later lesson where you're going to learn how to make it unique to you, though, so you're not copying. Okay? And it's not about fitting into, when I talked about the different types, the top 2 is the blogger / and then coacher. It's not about fitting into a model. It's about creating your own. The whole point of My Business My Way. Just because it's not currently out there doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay? And the way how you start and how you form it, all of it, in each piece of the way. So I hope that helps. It may become more clearer as we progress through each lesson and each module as well when you get to your success plan. Now you're not going to really define the business model, but it'll help you point out the pieces of it that encompass it. Now I will say I'm working with a current client though in a power sessions right now, and her model is very much coming to mind, is like her creative business model. Okay, you can give it a name if you wish. I don't provide you space with that to do so, but you certainly can give it a name if you wish. Okay, so you're going to be using this information though, when you are creating your offers, because it'll matter the modality in which you do them in. Same with your promotional activities when you get to that lesson and pick a lot of them. And it'll be the way you connect with people because of how you're choosing to do the marketing for it. Okay. When it comes to your common power leaks in businesswomen, I see that you so bad because you want to copy because, oh, it's working for them. Why wouldn't I? It makes sense. It actually will send you furthest away in the opposite direction. It's like that Y in the road type situation. If you copy someone else's to a T, it's going to veer you completely off your profit plan. If you follow what's true for you, you're headed straight to the target of profit. Okay? Now, one of the things that came to me intuitively when I was working on this is that I watch women give up power because they're so afraid to try something on for time frame and then tweak as they go. I do it naturally in every areas of my life. I try things on and I adjust as I go. I realize I'm not married to anything, okay? So I want you to look at each of these pieces as we're building each of the pieces, all these layers. You're trying it on. Think about when we go out for an event. How many outfits do you sometimes try on? Whether it's the whole outfit, the top, the bottoms, whatever, you're trying different pieces on until you find, oh yeah, this is it. This makes me feel awesome. I want you to take that same thing and use it for each of these different core pieces, that we're creating for your core foundation. You're trying it on and you're tweaking as you go. It's just going to naturally refine itself, okay? So just be in your power, listen to yourself. You don't have to fit in a box. You don't have to fit in a mold of what is out there. Don't be afraid to create something new and do just because it's not out there. Next, you're going to be all about your core positioning statement, and that is very much the beginning of your core marketing piece and everything. So you will find that some of the lessons that follow, though, may want to be done, and you will revisit that lesson. So just know, up next is your core positioning statement, and I'll see you in lesson 2.